Is the Kratos the best Space Marine tank ever created? So this is Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, Legions Astartes, Kratos Heavy Assault Tank, not Kratos from God of War for the PlayStation. This one was released at launch of the new Horus Heresy game, Horus Heresy 2, if you will, Electric Boogaloo. Now, the Kratos here is an all-new tank. It looks a bit like a Sicaran, or a Sicaran, however the hell you want to pronounce that, but it isn't. It is an all-new tank, and it is a heavy assault tank, as opposed to a light defensive tank. And I don't know what a PERSD is. I'll leave that in there. I don't care. Now, it appears to be based on the hull of a Sicaran tank, as it looks very similar around this front section here, and especially that grilly bit in the front there. I don't know what you call that. It looks like some sort of heat sink or something. What is that supposed to be, eh? Can someone tell me those lines? Maybe a radiator on the front. You sit on the assault ram thing there and warm your bum up. I don't know what it is. Who cares? Now, there's lots of weapon options in this kit. There's a turret-mounted Volkite Cardinelli Pel, however the hell you pronounce that. A Cardinal, I think is the correct name. Go away, Ghost, trying to come in here. A turret-mounted Melter Blast Gun, and the main gun, of which I've completely forgotten the name of it. And some sponsored weapons. You can load it out with all the Volkite, and I know a lot of you are. My favourite bit about it is this dozer blade. It is absolutely massive, and I enjoy it. Love a good dozer blade. Anyway, that's enough waffle. Let's jump in and have a look. Okay, so here we have Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, Legions Astartes, Kratos Heavy Assault Tank with glare. Let's get this cellophane off here, and hopefully that baby will stop screaming. Okay, so here we have the box for the Kratos Heavy Assault Tank. So let's have a look at the other sides of the box. On this side we have our usual Gumph. This end of the box has an Imperial Fists Kratos with some sort of batch code saying it was made in 120 years' time. The other side of the box has that Imperial Fists Kratos again. Notice the big dozer blade on the front there. And the other end has the Sons of Horus version. And here we have the back of the box showing the Kratos at 90% scale, so not quite as big as the actual thing. Shows off the different weapons, the turret mounted Volkite Cardinal, the turret-mounted Melter Blast Gun, and some sponsons, the Heavy Bolter and the Volkite Calvarin. Calvarin. Sounds like someone from Superman. It also shows you the colours you'll need to paint the box art style. We have Sons of Horus and Imperial Fists over here. And also it shows us the decal sheet that comes inside the box, and a barcode, which we're not going to scan. Anyway, let's open this up. So where is the tab, and what picture? Oh, we get an Imperial Quilla on the tab this time. Oh, and a little barcode there hiding. The box is of the slide-out variety. Is there anything left in there? No, it's always a good idea to check. Anything on the sides of the tray? No. So in here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 sprues. That is rather a lot. We also have a decal sheet and the instruction manual. So we shall start off by having a little look at this decal sheet, and interestingly enough it says it's the vehicle transfer sheet. However, here it says it's for the Spartan, and here it says it's for the Contempt Dreadnought. Sadly, we don't have any decals for any other legions apart from these two, which is a bit of a shame. I would have liked some just generic decals, you know, like numbers and campaign badges, something like that perhaps, that anyone could use, instead of these two. Anyway, they are quite nice. What's this here? Get that filth off. So next up we have our Kratos instruction manual, and this is quite a hefty tome, to be fair. And in here we have lots of instructions, obviously. It tells us how to put our tracks on the side units, top of the tracks here. Lots of track work to be done. I assume these are opposite sides. Then it tells us how to build the main hull. Then it gives us something here, which looks like it could be some sort of troop carrying variant. And then we move on to the upper plate with the turret mount. Lots of little details here. These appear to be the nipple guns. I'm not sure what they're actually called, but we were calling them nipple guns. Then we have the different turret mounted weapons, all the different options here. We're trying to find a way to magnetize all this so we can swap the weapons out as we see fit. Lots of different options, not just on the turret gun itself, but on the weird little plates that go on and around the weapon itself. And then we have all the different sponsor mounted weapons, such as the las cannon, heavy bolter, heavy flamer, and the volkites. All lots of little options there for you. And it tells you how to attach your sponsons, and then all your optional extras, as it were, such as your hunter killer, smoke launcher, and searchlight. Next up, it tells us about our pintle-mounted weapons, havoc launcher, other pintle-mounted weapons, all the different weapons you can put on your hatches. Lots of people happy to see a Mark II Space Marine in the hatch compartment. And then on the back, it shows us how to build that beautiful, beautiful dozer blade, which goes together in a nice sort of interesting stacked way by the look of things. Can't wait to get building that one. Oh, and hooks here. You can have some hooks. So, whilst looking at the side of my bit blurry there. Whilst looking at the side of my Kratos box, you'll notice there's a bit of gumph on here next to the age restrictions and recycling marks and everything. And it says, if you're enjoying this video, then please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. That means you, Ian. If you are enjoying the content here on the channel, then please consider joining the Patreon, the link to which is in the description below or up here somewhere. So, it's now the time to look at sprues, and this is the hatch sprue, which is being repeated along all the lines of tanks, I believe, and it has lots of different things on here, such as a dozer blade, heavy flamer, hunter killer missile, commander's parts and hand, smoke launcher, pintle mounted weapons, lots of different hatches to attach lots of different weapons in various different ways. A few heads, including that Mark II helmet here that everyone seems to love. We also have that. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like some sort of sensor package. And there's your hinge mechanism for attaching your pintle weapons. Not going to spend too much time on this sprue. So here is another nice sprue, and this is the new sponson sprue, which I assume will be rolled out along all the new tanks, especially things like the Predator and the Scifiwargamers. But this one has lots of weapons on it: heavy bolter, las cannon, the rather large volkite weapon, heavy flamer over here, and all the parts required to build them into a sponson. Here are the shield surround parts, and there are the sensor packages. However, I don't think anyone's come up with a clever way to magnetize these yet, so it'll be interesting to see if there is a good way to do that later on down the road. Oh, need to zoom out. So here is the first Kratos sprue, and first thing I noticed is it comes with all sorts of different bits on the same sprue. We have side panels, parts of that dozer blade and the tracks, and even bits of sponson weapons. These are all spread out and thrown around the sprues all over the place. And on here you can see the sponson weapons such as the heavy bolter and las cannon and a little volkite gun there. There's a tiny little piece here, not sure what that is. It's probably the other side of that volkite weapon, so be careful you don't lose that. These are quite long track sections. Do I have anything to compare with? Hold on. I have here a filthy old rhino, and if we just lay it down next to it, we can see the length of the hull compared to the Rhino, and it is considerably longer. Also, I like the way these track links are created. They do look nice and simple, no weird Imperial logos or anything like that on them. And I think these are the arms to mount your new dozer blade. Now, at first I thought maybe we got two of the same sprue, but no, this is literally a mirrored sprue, although this one has an autocannon on. Did the other one have that? Yes, it did, so not even that is new. These look like the barrels that would go on the back, but they're not. So this is your one side for your track, and the other sprue we just saw will be the other side. Make sure you do get two different sides in your box, and you haven't got two of the same side, because that would be a pain in the bum. Okay, so here's the next sprue, which seems kind of obvious what it is. This is the sprue that contains the large donut of the turret mounting. We also have the hatches over here. The exhausts, they're not one piece, are they? No, they are in two pieces. There are the other sides of the four exhausts. Not sure what these are. These look like doors, but I don't think they are. That's the bottom part. This is a small, interesting piece. There's a little lens on there, and your two hatches here. So we get even more hatches along with the hatch sprue. It'll be interesting to see what sort of concoctions we can come up with regarding hatch placements. That's the front. That bit there looks a lot like the Scifiwargamers piece that's on the front of the Scifiwargamers. The next sprue is the turret sprue, so they could easily just swap this turret sprue out for some new interesting turret weapons down the line, maybe some sort of missile launcher. Anyway, on here we have the turret mount itself and the actual weapon holder here, and also the main gun. Can't remember the name of this now, not particle accelerator, it's something else. There's your melter gun. There's the other side, and here's your Volkite. Comes in lots of parts, but the ribs really are very crisp and very well defined. It's really nice to see those ribbed areas on weapons looking clean and tidy. Really does look nice, and I can't wait to get building them. Tempted to use the ribbed weapons, just because I've never really wanted to use them before, because of how awkward they are to clean up. Also on this sprue of lots of little teeny tiny bits that we need to make sure we don't lose in the building process, so keep an eye out for those. Again, we have another turret ring. Does that go there? I assume maybe it does, but we'll find out at the building process. Also of note, this is Kratos T, so I assume T for turret, which is very interesting. Again, I really need you to see just how crisp and tidy these ribbed lengths are. They are absolutely nice. Can't wait to get painting these. So that was the Kratos Heavy assault tank. What did you think of that? I myself think it's a bloody awesome tank, and I cannot wait to assemble and paint it. Did you purchase the Kratos Heavy assault tank? You can see here that I already have, but I haven't built it yet, like I said. Which turret option, turrets, do you think is the best? Looks wise, I reckon the Volkite, but in the game I might want to use the normal one. Decisions. Do you think it'll be... Why is it on my shoulder like a parrot? Ah! I'm a Kratos parrot! Do you think it'll be possible to magnetise all these turret and nipple and sponson weapons? And if you do, how the hell are you going to do it? Because I haven't got a clue yet. Hopefully there'll be some guides on the internet by the time I get round to building it. Anyway, if you want to see some more Horus Heresy themed unboxing videos, and I know you do, then check out the playlist up here somewhere. As always, thank you very much for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels, but we might not have to if it's a bloody big turret gun.